Hi there and welcome back to the channel. If you saw the thumbnail, then I guess the secret's already out. I bought the cheapest 4x4 Hilux in South Africa, and it has been affectionately dubbed Dexter. So let me introduce you. Dexter is a 1991 2.2 4x4 Hilux. Not much else about that. Of course, it is blue, just like all my other cars. This particular paint code is PT61. The interior is still pretty minty fresh. It's even got the factory original, or rather, you used to be able to buy these at the dealership. They're not factory, but it's got proper OEM Toyota floor mat. It does have the horn button. It's a bit loose, so I quickly just ripped it off until I can fix it. It's there in the cubby hole. It even has the original sticker for the 4x4 selection box. Up there it is in English, and at the bottom it's in Afrikaans. It's got an Alpine head unit with some old period correct Kenwood speakers. As far as I can gather, the audio installation was done somewhere in the mid to early 2000s, and it does seem so. I don't think the rear seats have ever been used at all. If I pop the hood, I will unveil a very fresh and healthy 4Y engine. Now, other than the intervolt dual battery system right there, this engine bay is pretty much, oh yeah, and the electronic distributor, this engine bay is pretty much untouched. Even still has the washer fluid bottle. These usually go missing quite fast. It's still got all of the original stickers from factory, and of course they are half English, half Afrikaans. Oh yeah, and it's got air conditioning, but I've already sold that to my mate Gavin. Roof rack, big metal canopy, and a bunch of goodies in the back. That right there, which you see immediately, is a water tank that would go on the roof rack for a shower. There's a second spare wheel right there, some storage cubbies on the side. That right there is a 100-litre fuel cell, and next to it is a 40-litre water tank. It's got the OEM alloys on it, although it did not come with these road tires. It came with a set of 33-inch all-terrains, which I will show you later, but I've already put them on a different set of rims, which I will install on this video, fret not. And last but not least, it's got the proper Toyota 8-inch differential in the back. None of that South African Gearmax BS. And I'm pretty sure there are a few other things that I've forgotten, one of which I just remembered. It's got 294,900 kilometers on the odo exactly. Well, I've driven 404 kilometers in it, but that is what's on the odo. So it's not low mileage, but I mean for a 4Y, for a car of this age, it's not a whole lot either, considering that my single cab has 620,000 kilometers on the clock. This thing is fully operational, just about bone stock, and it's been meticulously maintained. I mean, even the exhaust still seems to be the factory fitted exhaust. Now the question is, what did I pay for this blue thing right here? And I'll tell you, I paid 35,000 of my South African rands for all of this. And if I do the conversion, that is 1,923 to be exact, United States dollars, which is a freaking bargain, especially considering how the market on these cars has been fluctuating. Now, obviously, it's not the most pretty example in the world, but by no means is it ruined in any sort of manner. I can pretty much get in this thing right now and drive to Cape Town if I wanted to. Now, the gentleman I bought it from, as far as I can surmise, bought it from its original owner who bought it new in 1991. He bought it in around about the year 2000 and spent quite a few years touring all the way up and down Botswana, hence all of the overlanding gear. In fact, there is some stuff missing, like underneath that table right there, like this is a collapsible, removable table. Usually would have sat a huge Engel fridge freezer, which was not included in the deal. Also, which was not included in the deal was the battery box and actual battery for the dual battery system and the high lift jack. But I mean, that's not a train smash. The brunt of everything is still there. Everything still works perfectly. I am so excited to get started on this thing and to drive it. I mean, like I've said, I've driven 404 kilometers in it, and it's such a treat to drive. Being a 4Y, of course, it is slow, but it just has so much character. I don't know how to explain it, but there's something about these little 4Y power plants in these vehicles that just works. They are slow, but the entire time the little engine is just like, okay, we're getting there, we're going there, we are gonna get there, don't you worry, don't you worry. It's just got so much character, I don't know how to explain it. And of course, me being me, I already have a bunch of modifications planned for this thing, as well as a bunch of trips, including a trip to Botswana. First up on the mods list will be changing out the wheels to something a bit beefier and removing that slightly unsightly roof rack. It served its purpose, the previous owner has gotten lots of use out of it, but with me, its time will come to an end. Now, of course, the wheels are going to be easy, but I'm going to have to get creative with removing the roof rack. I am by my lonesome, and I'll most likely end up using the roof above my head right now to sort of hoist it off of the car once I have loosened the 4 bolts which, I don't know, tighten the clamps that hold it onto the pinch welds of the roof. This is the factory size tire that it would have been sold with back in 1991, and this is what will be going on. A 31 10.5 R15 on some 0 offset or -10, I'm not sure, deep dish steelies. They don't have any information written on them. So in this video I'll be going from a 29.1 to a 31, which is brilliant. Also that's going to look so good. But as I mentioned, these are the tires that came with the vehicle. I was just proactive and changed out the rims before the video so I don't waste your time with that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That looks good. Fitment is on point. The vision is coming together. I am absolutely frothing with excitement. Now I just need to pull this thing underneath this roof structure right here so I can attempt to hoist the roof rack off using straps and ropes and stuff. Try to line it up as best I can. That should do the trick. Now the thought process is I use straps and stuff to hoist it up, and why I've parked it as I have, obviously it's not the best for filming, but I wanted to park it as close as possible to the corners so that I can spread the load into the ground instead of in the middle where it will be most likely to buckle. So this thing isn't all that heavy. This roof can take quite a bit of weight, but why chance it? So this will be a relatively easy uninstall. All I need is my little 13 millimeter worth zebra ratcheting spanner and a debatable 3-point pulley system. So if all goes according to plan, I loosen the 4 13 millimeter nuts. Those little sandwich plates come falling down, or rather I catch them before they fall down and scratch the paint even more than it already is. Then I hoist up the roof rack using the straps, tie down the straps and reverse out from underneath the roof rack. I then lower the rack down to the floor and either put it get it out of the way or discard of it. I'm yet to decide what's happening to that roof rack. Honestly, a good set of ratcheting spanners is one of the best investments you can make in your toolbox. Cheap ones tend to be quite fragile, so these strip out very easily. And in cases like this where you've got a long stud that you need to twist all the way off, they really come in clutch. Of course I drop it anyways. Yeah, it's just a bit rusted in place. Oh, that's not fun. Not cool. I hate everything about this. This thing is much heavier than I thought it was going to be. Oh no. So I completely bailed on my original plan for one reason, and that is that roof rack is way, way, way heavier than it looks. But as you can see, maybe, I have had success. It is detached, then a strap going all the way from there onto that, focus, onto that pole, and then we move around here, and you can see it gets much worse. But it is detached and attached, then it goes up there, round there, into that, onto the pole, and then there it goes from there to the pole. Now I should be able to reverse out. Maybe put the handbrake down, that should help. Are the straps touching anywhere? Seems fine, looks fine. Success! Yes! Yes! That has gone well. Always trust the process. Unless you shouldn't, then don't. If you're a health and safety officer, just take some time. Soak this, let this soak in. Take it all in. Glorious. Now, I get to set this thing down and figure out how I even got it up in the first place, quite frankly. Ugh, not that one. Need to untie this one. Ah! Once again, hold. Ah! Yep, that's the right one. There she goes. This turned into an art installation. And we have touchdown. Yes, I have well and truly outdone myself. I think I know why this is so heavy. I don't know if you can hear this in camera, but if I tilt it, you can actually hear it's filled with like dust and sand and stuff. So other than the full metal construction, super duper heavy duty full metal construction, it's also weighted. So I think that's probably somewhere between 80 and 100 kilograms right there. Put it on my shoulder. Fucking, this thing definitely weighs more than I do. Okay, there we go. It just looks so much better now. That would be it for the first little transformation. Quickly threw on some wheels, got rid of that. Glad that's off because you could really feel the weight of it in any sort of an offset obstacle off-road and going around a corner. It was a bit weird, I didn't like it. So, for those of you that stuck around until now, thank you very much. I did forget to show you something, and let me get into that because it's very cool. And just before I get into that, I must remind you, please do leave a like, leave a comment, and if you really enjoyed watching this video, do subscribe to the channel. I'll be happy to have you here. Now, if I get in here and I open the glove box, we find a bit of a time capsule. Here's the horn button that I had removed. Here's the little controller for the intervolt battery system. Among other things, the original owner's information Bible that came with it from the dealer. And it is full. Memos. I don't even think that this restaurant chain exists anymore. Probably got to throw that away. Little thing for the anti-theft system. Dealer's list of August 1991. This is literally just a list of all of the Toyota dealers in Southern Africa. Little warranty card for the original Panasonic radio that was in it, and some roadworthy certificates from when? This is from the original owner, so this is these are from pre 2000. Put those back in there, put that back, and then we get to the good part. Driving for maximum fuel efficiency. And it's just a little booklet to teach you how to drive this car as efficiently as you can. This is a full-on chart for you to sort of plot the fuel consumption you'll be getting. And then we have the service guide and owner's manual. The service guide, I browsed through this earlier. Here is the original owner's information. Where are they? Now, in the olden days, they gave you coupons for your first services. And if I can find them, I'd be happy to show you. And obviously, this being an old book from South Africa, or Southern Africa, because this is from Botswana, it's half English and half Afrikaans. Where is this? So here is basically everything describing every possible service that you need to do, and here it is. Service coupons for the first 5,000 and 1,000 kilometer service. These are literally just tear out coupons that were just never redeemed. I guess this guy serviced his car himself. And then we've got a full owner's manual that's still brand new. No, not even a mark from an oily finger. And it shows you everything. How to do your own services, how to tension belts, replacing the grille, tensioning the handbrake, replacing all of the lights on the car. This is, what's this? Oh yeah, headlights. This is too damn cool. And really that's where we get to an end. Oh, wait. And it came with, I believe this will tell a story, a little guardian angel. It's a little thing, I don't even know where you put it. I think you put it like on your little visor here. I don't know, it doesn't want to stay there, but it just says, protect me, my passengers, and all who I pass by with a steady hand and a watchful eye. I'll put that back. This is good juju. Gosh, I can't wait to properly get into this car, start driving it, do some proper mods to it. Obviously, I'm not going overboard with this like I did with my single cab. I'm not doing all the crazy stuff. It's keeping the bench seats, keeping the four-way. Not going to modify the four-way. Not going to fiddle with it. It's just going to be a good, functional 4x4 with reliability, obviously, as the main focus. I am so excited for this car. This is so cool. If you can't tell from just looking at me, I am beside myself with excitement with this for this thing. So many possibilities. It's like a blank canvas. Yes. And I must clarify, this thing is going to be the opposite of my blue single cab. This is blue as well, so it doesn't, but it's one of those weird blues. In the right light, it sort of turns like a green aquamarine color, and in the wrong light, it's just black. It's one of those weird colors, but it's super cool, and it looks really, really good when it's clean. Anyways, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please, if you did enjoy it, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications. That does help a lot. And I will see you in the next video. I hope you are excited as I am for this little new addition to the channel. Cheers.